natin yung pag-read ko sa Principles of Management. Nakagawa na ako ng part 1 nito. Pwede nyo siyang i-check sa aking channel, pero dahil marami siyang content, hindi natin siya natapos. So today, proceed na tayo sa may chapter 8. Since sa chapter 8 tayo natapos nung last read with me ko. So ayan, hanapin ko lang yung sa chapter 8. Ayan, yung mga nag-inbox pala na kung magkano daw to, sabi ko nga, di ba, pinabook bind ko lang kasi siya because mas mura yon. Unlike kapag bibili ka ng sariling book mo, nasa 400 to 500 something yata siya. So ayan, yung description sa author is nandun sa may part 1 ng video. You can check it sa aking channel, Management Part 1. So, hanapin ko lang yung chapter 9 dahil dun sa 8 tayo nagtapos nung last time. So, ayan. Where's the chapter 9? Saan ka na ba? Wait lang. Chapter 3 na to. Chapter 8. So, ito yung 8. Ito yung last na ipinakita ko sa inyo. Yung graph, which is super malaki yung matututunan mo dito. And pwede ko siyang i-zoom ulit sa inyo para, ayan, makita ninyo. Ayan, bawat chapter is merong chart. Tapos, ayan, i-zoom ko lang siya. Meron dyan yung organization structure, departmentation. Andyan yung chart, example ng chart for a business or for a corporation. So, ayan. Under ng president, we have assistant to president and yung mga personnel. Tapos, under nun, we have marketing, engineering, production, and finance. Under nung apat na yon is, meron pa sa baba na naka-under din sa kanila. So, ayan. Yan na yung chapter 8 natin na natapos natin sa part 1. Proceed na tayo sa may chapter 9. Ito siya. Ayan. Chapter 9 is all about line staff, authority, empowerment, and decentralization. So, authority and power. Before concentrating on the authority in organization, it will be useful to distinguish between authority and power. Power, a much broader concept than authority, is the ability of individuals or groups to induce or influence the beliefs or actions of other persons of groups. Authority in organization is the right in position and through it, the right of the person occupying the position to exercise discretion in making decisions affecting others. It is, of course, one type of power, but power in an organizational setting. So, ayan. Although there are many different bases of power, the power of primary concern in this book is legitimate power. It normally arises from position and derives from our cultural system of rights, obligations, and duties whereby a position is accepted by people as being legitimate. In a privately owned business, authority of position arises primarily from the social institution of a bundle of rights. So, yun. Proceed naman tayo sa my next page. Ito naman yung empowerment. In recent years, it has become fashionable to advocate a variety of empowerment approaches. Empowerment means that employees, managers, or teams at all levels in the organization are given the power to make decisions provided that they have the required in the organizations are given the power to make decisions without asking their superiors for permission. The notion underlying empowerment is that those closest closest to the task are best able to make the decision, provided that they have the required competencies. Actually, the notion of empowerment is historically based on suggestions, since job enrichment and worker participation. Moreover, concepts of delegation discussed later in this chapter are also closely related to empowerment. Delegation discussed later in this chapter. Empowerment, both delegation and empowerment, are a matter of degree. They also require employees and teams accept responsibility for their actions and tasks. Conceptually, this can be illustrated as follows. So, eto. Basahin natin yung power should be equal to responsibility. If power is greater than responsibility, then this could result in autocratic behavior of the superior who is not held accountable for his or her actions. If responsibility is greater than power, then this could result in frustration because the person has not necessary power to carry out the task for which he or she is responsible. The increasing interest in empowerment is due in part to the rise in global competitiveness. The person has not necessary power to carry out the task which he or she is responsible. So, ayun. And then, dito naman tayo sa may line, staff, and functional authority. Line authority gives superior a line authority over subordinate. It exists in all organizations as an uninterrupted scale or series of steps. Hence, the scalar principle is organization. The clearer the line of authority from the ultimate management position in an enterprise to every subordinate position, the clearer will be the responsibility for decision making and more effective will be organizational communication. So, ayan. Pasensya na medyo maingay lang sa labas kasi may gumagawang bahay. So, ayan. Proceed naman tayo sa may next page. Decentralization of authority. Dito tayo. The nature of decentralization. Organizational authority is merely the discretion conferred on people to use their judgment to make decisions and issue instructions. Decentralization is the tendency to disperse decision-making authority in an organized structure. It is a fundamental aspect of delegation to the extent that authority that is delegated is decentralized. How much should authority be concentrated in and dispersed throughout the organization? There could be absolute centralization of authority in one person, but that implies no subordinate managers and therefore no structured organizations. Some decentralization exists in all organizations. On the other hand, there cannot be absolute decentralization, for if managers delegated all their authority, their status as managers would cease. Their decentralizations or tendencies are indicated in figure 9.1. So, here's the figure 9.1. Meron siyang chart dito. Explain ko sa inyo yung chart, authority not delegated and authority delegated. Itong authority not delegated is yung complete centralization, no organization and structure, while yung authority delegated naman is yung complete decentralization, no organization structure. So, dito na tayo sa may next. Different kinds of centralization. So, ito. The term centralization has several meanings. Centralization of performance pertains to geographic concentration if characterizes, for example, a company operating in a single location. Departmental and centralization refers to concentration of specialized activities generally in one department. For example, maintenance for a whole plant may be carried out by a single department. Centralization of management is the tendency of restrict delegation of decision making. A high degree of authority is held by managers at or near the top of the organizational hierarchy. Na-discuss namin to dati. Ito, yung hierarchy. Nakalimutan ko yung pronunciation niya. Ayan. Sana nakikita nyo siya, hierarchy. Hindi ko siya alam i-discuss. Nakalimutan ko yung kanyang pronunciation. So, ayan. Lipat naman tayo sa my next page. Ito, maganda tong topic na to. It's all about personal attitudes toward delegation. Sorry guys, medyo maingay lang sa labas. Although charting an organization and outlining managerial goals and duties would help in making delegation decisions, and knowledge of the principles of delegation will furnish a basis for it. Certain personal attitudes underlie delegation. Receptiveness. An underlying attribute of managers who will delegate authority is the willingness to give other people's ideas a chance. Decision-making always involves some direction, and a subordinate's decision is not likely to be exactly the one a superior would have made. The manager who knows how to delegate must have a maximum or a minimum of the NIH or not invented here factor, and must be able not only to welcome the ideas of others but also to help others come up with ideas and to complement them on their ingenuity. So that's the personal attitudes toward delegation. Super ganda nitong book na to kasi hindi ka lang niya tinuturuan in how to manage yung business mo and corporation, organization, ganyan. Pero tinuturuan ka din niya paano ka magkaroon ng manners kasi hindi naman sa inaano ko yung mga previous work ko, but sa mga previous work talaga head man yan, manager man yan, or what, hindi ko alam kung ako, naranasan ko rin naman na magkaroon din ng mataas na position, but ewan ko sa ibang tao if bakit ganun yung attitude nila. Ayan, yung ethics, ganyan, parang walang mga so, ayan, excuse me lang, wala naman ako sinasabi na based lang on my experience. So, dito naman tayo sa may overcoming weak delegation. The following practical guide will facilitate successful delegation. Define assignments and delegate authority in light of results expected. Or to put in another way, grant sufficient authority to make possible the accomplishment of goal assignments. Select the person in light of the job to be done. Although the good organizer will approach delegation primarily from the standpoint of the task to be accomplished in the final analysis, staffing as a part of the total system of delegation cannot be ignored. So, dito naman tayo. Maintain open lines of communication. Since the superior does not delegate all authority or advocate responsibility and therefore managerial independence does not exist, decentralization should not lead to installation. There should be free flow of information between superior and subordinate, furnishing the subordinate with the information needed to make decisions and to interpret properly the authority delegated. Delegation then does depend on situations. So, dito naman tayo, establish proper controls because no manager can relinquish responsibility. Delegation should control to enhance delegate. Wait lang. Establish proper control. Because no manager can distinguish responsibility, delegation should be accompanied by techniques for ensuring that their authority is properly used. But if controls are to enhance delegation, they must be relatively broad and be designed to show deviations from plans rather than interfering with routine actions of subordinates. Reward effective delegation and successful assumption of authority. Managers should be ever watchful for means of rewarding both effective delegation and effective assumption of authority. Although many of these rewards will be monetary, the granting of greater discretion and prestige both in a given position and by promotion to a higher position is often even more of an incentive. So, lipat naman tayo sa next page. Dito sa next page is yung summary na. Ayan, exercises, yung mga questions. Pwede kang gumawa ng essay, ideas, or reviewer mo. Ayan. So, magpo-proceed na pala tayo sa may chapter 10. So, here we go. Chapter 10 na po tayo. Ayan. Chapter 10 is all about effective organizing and organization culture. Ayan, organization. Avoiding mistakes in organizing by planning. As with the other functions of managing, establishment of objectives and orderly planning are necessary for good organization. As Wendell R. Wick said in his classic book, The Elements of Administration, lack of design in organization is illogical, cruel, wasteful, and inefficient. Ayan. Planning for the ideal. The search for an ideal organization to reflect enterprise goals under given circumstances is the impetus to planning. The search entails charting the main lines of organization, considering the organizational philosophy to the enterprise manager, whether or not authority should be centralized as much as possible, or whether enterprise operations should be divided into semi-independent product or territorial divisions, and sketching out consequent authority relationships. The ultimate from established, like all other plans, seldom remains unchanged, and continual remolding of the ideal plan is normally necessary. Nevertheless, an ideal organization plan remolding constitutes a standard, and by comparing the present structure with it, enterprise leaders know what changes should be made when possible. Dito naman tayo sa may modification for the human factor. If the available personnel do not fit into the ideal structure and cannot or should be not be pushed aside, the only choice is to modify the structure to fit individual capabilities, attitudes, or limitations. Although this modification may seem like organizing around people, in this case, one is first organizing around the goals to be met and activities to be undertaken, and only then making modifications for the human factor. Thus, planning will reduce compromising the necessary for principle whenever changes occur in personnel. So, dito naman tayo sa may advantages of organization plan. Planning the organization structure helps determine future personal needs and required training programs. Unless it knows what managerial personnel will be needed and what experience should be demanded, an enterprise cannot intelligently recruit people and train them. Furthermore, organization planning can disclose weaknesses, duplication of effort, underlines of authority, overlong lines of communication, excessive red tapes, and obsolete practices show up best when desirable and actual organization structures are compared. So, dito avoiding organizational inflexibility. Medyo makapal kasi yung book kaya medyo mabigat din siya. One basic advantage of organization planning is the avoidance of organizational inflexibility. Many enterprises, especially those that have been in operation for many years, become too right to meet the first test of effective organization structure, the ability to adapt to a changing environment and meet new contingencies. This resistance to change can cause considerable loss of efficiency in organizations. Some older companies provide simple evidence of flexibility, an organization pattern that is no longer suited to the times. A distinct of a regional organization that could not be either abolished or enlarged because of improved communication, or a structure that is too highly centralized for an enlarged enterprise requiring decentralization. Ayan, next page na po tayo. Dito sa next page, we have making staff more effective. Understanding, wait lang. Ayan. Understanding authority relationships. Managers must understand the nature of authority relationships. If they want to solve the problems between line and staff, as long as managers regard line and staff as groups of people or groupings of activities, and confusion will result. Line and staff are authority relationships, and many jobs have elements of both. The line relationships involve making decisions and acting on them. The staff relationship, on the other hand, implies the right to assist the counsel. In short, the line may tell, but the staff must sell its recommendations. So, ayan. Sana nagigets mo siya. Ang ganda ng mga laman or content nitong book na to. So, ayun. Making line listen to staff. Oh, napaka-importante nito. Making line listen to staff. Line managers should be encouraged or required to consult with staff. Enterprises should or would do well to adopt the practice of compulsory staff assistance where line must listen to staff. At General Motors, for example, product division managers would consult with the headquarters staff divisions before proposing a major program or policy to the top executive of the finance committee. They may not be required to do so, but they are so likely to find that this practice results in smoother sailing for their proposals if they can present a united front with the staff division concerned. There will unquestionably be a better chance for adoption of their proposals. Keeping staff informed. Common criticisms of staff are that specialists operate in a vacuum, fail to appreciate the complexity of the line manager's job, and overlook important facts in making recommendations. To some extent, these criticisms are warranted because specialists cannot be expected to know all the fine points of a manager's job. So, dito naman tayo. Making staff work as a way of organizational life. An understanding of staff authority lays the foundation for an organizational way of life. Wherever staff are involved, their responsibility is to develop and maintain a climate of favorable personal relations. Essentially, the task of staff is to make the responsible line managers look good and to help them do a better job. A staff person should not attempt to assume credits for an idea. Not only is this a sure way of alienating line teammates why do not like being shown up by a staff person, but operating managers who accept ideas actually bear responsibilities for the implementation of the proposals. Companies also employ assistants of professional firms such as consultants to provide advice to line managers. The relationships between line and outside staff are similar to those discussed above. However, outside assistance is often only for a limited time, and it's even more difficult to hold outside staff accountable, especially when they are not involved in the implementation of their recommendations. Yan. So, next page na po tayo. Sorry, medyo may lang sa labas because ayun, may gumagawa nga ng bahay. Ayan. Dito naman sa may next page, we have a chart. Yung chart naman ito is figure 10.1. It is a formal and informal or informational organization. So, i-zoom ko lang yung chart. Ayan. Ito siya. Chapter 10 we have here yung illustrations of organization culture and management practice. We have here environment A and environment B. Ito yung chart niya and babasahin ko siya sa inyo. Environment A, with planning, organizing, staffing, leading, controlling. Dito muna tayo sa environment A. Planning. Goals are set in an autocratic manner. Decision making is centralized. Environment B ng planning. Goals are with a great deal of participation. Decision making is decentralized. Organizing. Environment A. Authority is centralized. Authority is narrowly defined. Environment B. Authority is decentralized. Authority is broadly defined. So, ayun, nagigets nyo ba siya? Dito naman tayo sa staffing. People are selected on the basis of friendship, training in a narrowly defined specialty. Environment B. People are selected on the basis of performance criteria. Training is in many functional areas. So, leading naman tayo. Environment A. Managers exercise directive leaderships. Communication flow is primarily top-down. Environment B. Managers practice participative leadership. Communication flow is top-down, bottom-up, horizontal, and diagonal. Controlling. Environment A. Superiors exercise strict control. Focus is on financial criteria. Environment B. Individual exercise a great deal of self-control. Focus is on multiple criteria. So, next page. Ayan. Summary na to, and then yung mga key ideas and concepts for review. You can do your essay then, your own questions then, but meron siyang training questions dito. So, ayan. Meron dito for staffing. Chapter 11. Ito, chapter 11 na tayo, guys. Sa simula pa lang, meron na siya dito ang chart. So, ayan. Maganda-ganda rin itong chart dito. External environment. Zoom ko lang siya sa inyo. Ayan. Basahin ko yung chart sa inyo. Managerial. Ito siya, external environment. Managerial knowledge. Goals of claimants and use of inputs. Part 1. The basis of management theory and science. So, ayan. Under nito, we have planning. Part 2, organizing. Part 3, staffing. Part 4, leading. Part 5, controlling. Part 6. So, ayan. Chapter 11 is all about human resource management and selection. So, maganda rin to, guys, para sa HR or human resource management. Definition of staffing. The managerial function of staffing is defined as filling and keeping filled positions in the organization structure. This is done by identifying workforce requirements, inventorying the people available, and recruiting, selecting, placing, promoting, and not praising planning the careers of compensating and training to or otherwise developing both candidates and current job holders so that they can accomplish their tasks effectively and efficiently. Ayan, medyo maingay. Ano ba yun? It is clear that staffing must be closely linked to organizing, that is the setting up of intentional structures of roles and positions. Many writers on management theory discuss staffing as a phase of organizing in this book pala. However, staffing is identified as a separate managerial function for several reasons. So, meron din ulit na chart dito. It's all about external environment. Ito siya. Ayan. Ito namang chart na ito is enterprise plans, organization plans. Ayan, sunod-sunod lang din. Systems approach to staffing. Pero na-discuss na siya dun sa una. Kaya next page na tayo. Maraming chart yung mga nasa huling content ng book na makakatulong din sa inyo. Dito tayo, situational factors affecting staffing. Gusto ko munang basahin sa inyo itong entrepreneurial perspective, why leave a dream job at Microsoft. Ayan. Microsoft is well known for attracting exceptionally bright, ambitious people. Many have become multimillionaires during their tenure at Microsoft. So, why would they leave the company? It has been estimated that about 50 or more depart each week. Many who left had been the company from its early beginning, becoming very rich during that time. Still, the number leaving the company is only about the half the industry average. Because of the phenomenal growth of the company, the number of employees grew to over 30,000 even with the best programs. A small company atmosphere gives way to more structure with some loss of freedom to create and innovate. So, ayan, dito tayo sa situational factors affecting staffing. The actual process of staffing shown in figure 11.1. 11.1. So, 11.1. Nandito yung 11.1. Yung dun sa kaninang binasa ko. Yes, nabasa na natin siya. There are also many internal factors that affect staffing. The many laws and regulations, They include organizational goals, tasks, technology, organization structure, the kinds of people employed by the enterprise, the demand for, and the supply of managers within the enterprise, the reward system. So, ayan guys, dito naman na tayo sa meron ding chart to, yung chapter 11, meron siya ng figure 11.3, personal actions based on manager supply and demand within the enterprise. Ayan, meron dito yung supplies of managers, meron yung high and low. Dito sa may high, we have selection, placement, promotion. Dito naman sa low, we have internal, training and development, compensation, external recruitment. So, proceed naman tayo dito sa next page. Oh, ito maganda to. Basahin natin yung women in management. In the last decades or so, women have made significant progress in obtaining responsible positions in organizations. Among the reasons for this development are laws governing fair employment practices, changing societal attitudes toward women in the workplace, and the desire of companies to project a favorable image by placing qualified women in managerial positions. Next page naman tayo. The internal environment. The internal factors for this discussion concern staffing managerial positions with personnel from within the firm as well as from the outside and determining the responsibility for staffing. Promotion from within. Originally, promotion from within implied that workers proceeded into first-line supervisory positions and then upward through the organization structure. Thus, a firm was pictured as receiving a flow of non-managerial employees from which future managers emerge. As used to be said in the railroad industry, when a president retires or dies, we hire a new office worker. As long as the matter is considered in general terms, there is a little doubt that employees overwhelmingly favor a policy of promotion from within. The banning of outsiders reduces competition for positions and gives employees an established monopoly on managerial openings. Employees come to doubt the wisdom of the policy. However, when they are confronted with a specific case of selection of one of their own for promotion. So, dito naman tayo sa my next page. Itong book na to is full of charts. So, marami ka matututunan sa kanya. Especially, kapag magpa-practice ka pa lang for a business or for a organization, ganyan. So, dito naman tayo sa next page. Position requirements and job design. Selecting a manager effectively requires a clear understanding of the nature and purpose of the position that is to be filled, and objective analysis of position requirements must be made, and as far as possible, the job must be designated to meet organizational and individual needs. In addition, positions must be evaluated and compared so that the incumbents can be treated equitably. Among other factors to consider are the skill required, since they vary with the level in the organizational hierarchy. Ayun, naalala ko na yung pronunciation nitong hierarchy pala siya i-pronounce. So, ayun. Tinuro na kasi sa amin to nung high school. So, ayun, naalala ko na siya. Hierarchy yung, pronunciation. So, ayan, and the personal characteristics desired in managers. Ayan. Kasi na tayo sa my next page. Job design. People spend a great deal of time on the job, and it therefore important to design jobs so that individuals feel good about their work. So, design of jobs for individual and work teams. The focus of job design can be on the individual position or work groups. First, individual job can be enriched by grouping tasks into natural work units. This means putting tasks that are related into one category and assigning an individual to carry out the task. The second related approach is to combine several tasks into one job. For example, rather than having a task of assembling a water pump carried out by several persons on the assembly line, workstations can be established with individuals doing the whole task of putting the unit together and even testing it. A third way of enriching the job is to establish direct relationships with the customer or client. Rather than reporting to his or her superior, who would then make the recommendations to top management, a system analyst may present findings and recommendations directly to the managers involved in the system's change. So, ayun. Medyo nag-loading lang. Fourth, prompt and specific feedback should be built into the system whenever appropriate. In one retail store, for example, salesperson receives sales figure for each day and summary figure for each month. Fifth, individual jobs can be enriched through vertical job loading, which means increasing individuals' responsibility for planning, doing, and controlling their job. Next page na po tayo. It's all about recruitment of managers. So, recruiting involves attracting candidates to fill the positions in the organization structure. Therefore, recruiting begins the positions requirements which should relate directly to the task must be clearly identified to facilitate recruitment favorable public image, find it easier to attract qualified candidates. So, placement and promotion, dito tayo. Selecting a manager is choosing amongst all candidates the one who best meets the position requirements, since the selection may be for a specific job opening or for future managerial requirements. There are two approaches in filling organizational positions. In the selection approach, applicants are sought to fill a position with rather specific requirements, while in the placement approach, the strength and weakness of the individual are evaluated and a suitable position is found or even designed. Promotion is a move within the organization to a higher position that has a greater responsibilities and requires more advanced skills. It usually involves a raise in status and in pay. The various facets of selection generally apply also to promotion, which may be a reward for outstanding performance for a result of the firm's decide to better an individual skills and abilities. Next page na po tayo. Dito tayo sa may interviews. Virtually every manager hired, promoted by a company is interviewed by one or more people. Despite it's generally used, the interview is considerably distrusted as a reliable and valid means for selecting managers. Different interviewers may weigh or interpret the gathered information differently. Interviewers often do not ask the right questions. They may be influenced by the interviewee's general appearance, which may have little bearing on job performance. They also frequently make up their minds early in the interview before they have all the information necessary to make a fair judgment. Next page, ayan, summary na sila. Questions and reviews. Discussions, key ideas, and concepts for reviews. Ayan, chapter 12. Chapter 12 na tayo, guys. Chapter 12 is all about performance appraisal and career strategy. So, ito, choosing appraisal criteria. The appraisal should measure performance in accomplishing goals and plans as well as performance as a manager. No one wants a person in a managerial role who appears to do everything right as a manager but who cannot turn in a good record to profit-making, marketing, controllership, or whatever the area of responsibility may be. None should be satisfied to have a performer in a managerial position who cannot operate effectively as a manager. Some star performers may have succeeded by chance and not through effective management. Next page. Next page, we have the appraisal process. Once a program of managing by verifiable objectives is operating, appraisal becomes a fairly easy step. Superiors determine how well managers set objectives and how well they have performed against them. In cases where appraisal by results has failed or has been disillusioning, the principal reasons is that managing by objectives was seen only as an appraisal techniques. So, dito naman tayo sa may appraisal process. So, meron na naman siyang chart dito. 3 kinds of reviews. The chart is figure 12.1. It's all about actual performance. We have here yung inputs and outputs. Corrective actions for this undesirable deviation from standards. Ito, dito tayo sa may strengths of appraisal against verifiable objectives. The strengths of appraising against accomplishment of objectives are almost the same as those of managing by objectives. Both are parts of the sum process, both are basic to effective managing, and both are means of improving the quality of managing. In the area of appraising, there are other special and important strengths. appraising on the basis of other performance against verifiable objectives has the great advantage of being operational. Appraisals are not apart from the job that managers do but a review of what they actually did as managers. Next page na tayo. Rewards and stress of managing. Managers are different. They have different needs, desires, and motives. The essentials of motivation will be discussed in Chapter 14. The concern here is with some of the general and financial rewards as well as the stressful aspects of managing. Ito, formulating the career strategy. The appraisal of performance should identify the strengths and weaknesses of an individual. This identification can be a starting point for a career plan. The personal strategy should be designed to utilize strengths and overcome weakness in order to take advantage of career opportunities. Although there are different approaches to career development, it is considered there as a process. It is summarized in Figure 12.2 and elaborated below. So, nasa Figure 12.2 siya. Ito siya. Yung figure niya, yung chart. Basahin ko lang siya. Personal profile. Under that, long-range personal and professional goals. Under that, environment, threats and opportunities, and personal strength and weakness. Under environment, threats and opportunities, merong career alternatives. Under din yun ng personal strengths and weaknesses. Under career alternatives, we have consistency tasting and strategic choices. Under that, we have short-range career objectives and action plans. Under contingency plans and under implementation of career plan. Ayan, under naman ng consistency testing choices, we have monitoring progress. So, ayun. And then, summary, question, exercise for discussion or reviews. Ayan, questions for essay, pwede kang gumawa. Chapter 13 na tayo. So, ayan, Chapter 13 is all about managing change through manager and organization development. So, ayan, wait lang for a while, papahinga lang ng konti. Proceed naman tayo sa may manager development process and training. Before, specific training and development programs are chosen. 3 kinds of needs must be considered. First, the needs of the organization include such items as the objectives of the enterprise, the availability of managers, and turnover rates. Second, needs related to all operations, and the job itself can be determined from job descriptions and performance standards. Present job. Manager development and training must be based on a needs analysis derived from a comparison of actual performance and behavior with required performance and behavior such as analysis is shown in Figure 13.2. So, ayan, meron na naman tayong figure. Ayan, 13.2. Ito yung 13.2. And we have yung 13.1. Ito. 13.1 is all about the global and entrepreneurial perspective. Pero dito sa may 13.2 na sinasabi niya sa may last previous page is all about managing change through manager and organization development. So, ayun. Meron dito yung performance, gap analysis, and training need and method. Ayan, next page na tayo. Job rotation. The purpose of job rotation is to broaden the knowledge of managers or potential managers. Trainees learn about the different enterprise functions by rotating into different positions. They may rotate through one non-supervisory work, various managerial positions in different departments such as production, sales, and finance. The idea of job rotation is good, but there are difficulties in some job rotation programs. Participants do not actually have managerial authority. Instead, they observe or assist line managers and they do not have the responsibility. They would serve or assist line managers and they do not have the if they were actually managing. Even in rotations to manager positions, the participants in the training program may not remain long enough in each position to prove their future effective positions available for the newly trained managers. Despite these drawbacks, if both managers and trainees understand the inherent difficulties, job rotation has positive aspects and should benefit trainees. So, dito na tayo sa next page. It's all about training. Dito tayo sa may evaluation and relevance of training programs. Determining the effectiveness of training programs is difficult. It requires measurements against standards and a systematic identification of training needs and objectives. In general, development objectives include: number 1, an increase in knowledge; number 2, development of attitudes conducive to good managing; 3, acquisition of skills; 4, improvement of management performance; and number 5, achievement of enterprise objectives. If training is to be effective, it is extremely important that the criteria used in the classroom situation resemble as closely as possible criteria relevant to the working environment manager. Development requires a situational approach in which training objectives, techniques, and methods are sufficiently congruent with the values, norms, and characteristics of the environment. See tayo sa my next page. Moving on dito. Figure 13.3 is all about moving on organizational equilibrium. Equilibrium. Organizational conflict. Conflict is a part of organizational life and may occur within the individual, between individuals, before the individual and the group, and between groups. While conflict is generally perceived as dysfunctional, it can also be beneficial because it may cause an issue to be presented in different perspectives. As one top executive of a major company maintained, if there was no conflict on an issue, it could not have been sufficiently analyzed and the final decision on the issue was usually postponed until all aspects were critically evaluated. Ayan, and then we have yung the learning organization, the learning section, summary, or discussion, ayan, questions, reviewer. Ayun, that's all about chapter 13. Wow, proceed na tayo sa 14. Ito mga to, parang questions na siya. Ang daming reviewer ng chapter 13. References. Chapter 14 na po tayo. So, ayan. I think tatapusin ko na lang itong chapter 14 and then kung kailangan natin ng part 3 kasi hindi na naman natin natapos itong part 2 of my Read With Me. Ayan. Chapter 14 is all about human factors and motivation. Ayan. Simulan na natin siya. Human factors in management. It is obvious that while enterprise objectives may differ somewhat between organizations, employees also have needs and objectives that are especially important to them. Through the function of leading, managers help people see that they can satisfy their own needs and utilize their potential while contributing to the aims of an enterprise. Managers should thus have an understanding of the roles assumed by people people and the individuality and personalities of people. The importance of personal dignity. Managing involves achieving enterprise objectives. Achieving results is important, but the means must never violate the dignity of people. The concept of individual dignity means that the people must be treated with respect, no matter what their position in the organization. The president, vice president, manager, first line, supervisor, and worker all contribute to the aims of the enterprise. Each is unique with different abilities and aspirations, but all are the human beings and all deserve to be treated as such. Consideration of the whole person. We cannot talk about the nature of people unless we consider the whole person, not just separate and distinct characteristics such as knowledge, attitudes, skills of personality traits. A person has them in all different degrees. Situations changes quickly and unpredictably. The human being is a total person influenced by external factors. People cannot divest themselves of the impact of these forces when they come to work. Managers must recognize these facts and be prepared to deal with them. Next page. Motivation. Human motives are based on needs, whether consciously or subconsciously felt. Some are primarily needs, such as psychological needs for water, air, physiological needs for water, air, food, sleep, and shelter. Other needs may be regarded as secondary, such as self-esteem, status, affiliation with others, affection, giving, accomplishment, and self-assertion. Naturally, these needs vary in intensity and over time among individuals. Motivation is a general term applying to the entire class of drives, desires, needs, wishes, and similar forces. To say that managers motivate their subordinates, to say that they do things which they hope will satisfy these drives and desires and induce the subordinates in act in desired manner. So, last na po tayo. Last na babasahin ko is equity theory. An important factor in motivation is whether individuals perceive the reward structure as being fair or not. One way of addressing this issue is through the use of equity theory, which refers to an individual's subjective judgment about the fairness of the reward he or she gets relative to the inputs which include many factors such as efforts, experience, and education in comparison with the rewards of others. J. Stacy Adams has received a great deal of credit for the formulation of the equity theory. The essential aspect of the theory may be expressed as follows. Yung outcomes by person, inputs by a person, equals outcomes by another person, inputs by another person. So, ayun, there should be a balance of the outcomes, inputs, relationships for one person in comparison with that of another person. So, sana nagigets yung comparison nila. If people feel that they are inequitably rewarded, they may be dissatisfied, they may reduce the quantity or quality or output. Ayan. Or they can be even leave the organization. Ayan. Tapos dito, yung mga chart or yung mga figure sa chapter 14. So, ayan. I think guys, that's all for my part 2. I think kailangan natin ng part 3. Ayan. Abangan nyo na lang sa aking channel ang part 3 ng Read With Me nitong Principles of Management. Sana guys, mag-subscribe kayo sa aking channel. Kung gusto nyo pang makakita or makapag-ano ng iba pang mga content or iba pang mga panonoorin like makeup tips, makeup tutorials, health tips, makeup reviews, yung mga product reviews, mga skincare, lang ang aking channel, like and share nyo sa mga friends ninyo, at wag na wag ninyong kakalimutan na mag-subscribe sa aking channel. Thank you guys for watching. God bless us all. Bye!